They are here to assassinate us. They are here to kill us because we are black.
I wanted to wait for a while because I wanted to make sure that spiritually I was being correct with worldly I was about to say. But if you go back in my videos, and for those that watch each and every one, you'll see where I stated a while back that with all this stuff going on with the blacks being killed off, shot off by police at an all-time high, that with all this going on, they talk about everything else and only talked about that a little bit. I told you that was going to happen. I told you there was going to be things that would thwart away from the issue to concentrate on something else. This manipulation of throwing every other issue and every other subject and every other matter has been going on since the beginning of time. Every time something happens, something else pops up to divert your attention away from what actually is the real problem. And if you have scripture matching up to this race and nation of people, if you have scripture matching up to the atrocities, the oppression, and how the world has actually come against these people, what does that tell you? Because you will never ever see one legislative law, one state or constitutional law for these people, but they'll change a whole daggone country, its thoughts and belief for gayism. They'll change the constitutional rights and the whole law for other races and nations that have just came into this country. And we have people from France and Paris that are getting free money and the whole 9 yards to move over to this country. What about the people that started the stock market? What about the murder rates? We even have President Obama. Murders are at an all-time high under him. The oppression is at an all-time high under him. Even during his speech, he could not answer one black person's question about what he was going to do to stop the racism and the prejudiceness with people killing us off and what is going on with the separation and segregation. Could never answer it. The only thing he would answer back is what the black kids or black people were doing wrong and how to avoid having this stuff happen to them by being nice, being, basically giving up their freedom to bow down and be subject to whatever is around them. You gotta understand something, okay? You can't take somebody, and I'm not racist or prejudiced at all, but you can't take somebody who is mixed race and has a white mother and expect them to be 100% black in thinking, acting, or characteristics unless they are renewed and have given up that part in their life. It's not going to work like that. Okay? It's never ever going to work like that. I do have a lot of mixed friends that they deny the white side and totally stick to their black side of their culture. But he did not get to where he was today in presidency sticking to his black culture. So that should tell you something. That should tell you something, that if he can go and change all of these laws and make all these moves for all these other people, but he's not taking care of home first, what does that tell you? If he was a governor or senator or whatever of Chicago, and you see what it's like over there, that should tell you right there. If I sat down and I keep telling you guys in video what's going to happen before it happens, and then it happens, what does that tell you? Pray, hold fast. If you're reborn and renewed, pray and hold fast. Keep up the works, because bearing the cross is going through the oppression and the problems with these people. Not just sitting down and saying, I'm going to do a rally, help out, and do all this other stuff for a little bit, and then you back to your regular life after. It's not being a part of it to make yourself look good, but on the inside, you really don't care. Caring and seeing what's going on around you is actually making a change by your actions, having faith in God, and being a righteous. Being a righteous is doing something right in the path of righteousness 1,000%, not 50%, and not part-time. That's a fine example of everything that I was talking about. Now you have a 2-hour special on 2020 of a Caucasian woman getting hit in a car accident with a meth head, all right, her and her children. And all of them survived, not one death, but it's a 2020 2-hour special on it. But if you look at the deaths of the Semitic, Negroid, American, they can't even do a half-hour special on that.
They are here to assassinate us. They are here to kill us because we are black.
Would this have happened if those were white? I don't think it would have.